What is up, guys? Norris Digital Assets coming at you with another video. In this video, we are going to cover Vechain, and we're also going to do a comparison of Vechain and Cardano and what is going on in the market this weekend. It is September 11th, 2021, 20 years since 9/11. Click subscribe down here in the corner. You got my logo down here in the corner. Just click my logo and click subscribe, or click subscribe below for buying, holding, and macro swing trading 20 plus assets, including ADA, XRP, Vechain, Digibyte, API3, CKB. We're covering all kinds of coins on this channel. So click subscribe. Let's dive into Vechain. So Vechain on the daily here. We are trying to find support around the 55 EMA, still on the daily time frame. Not too big of a deal. Like I pointed out in my previous video, you have a dip below the 20, but since this bullish cross on August 11th, you haven't had much of back testing the 55 at all through this channel. You had a little bit below the 20 EMA, but no problem, found support and sprung up. So we're finding support here, and we're hoping to do the same, spring up. This, a lot of the time, this stochastic RSI down here in the gutter can be a buy signal, but you don't really need that to show that this is in an area where if you wanted to accumulate, and this is not financial advice, but if you were to accumulate on some of these cryptos you want to buy on the 55 EMA, let's go to the 4-hourly though. This is something I want to point out here. So resetting the chart. So on the 4-hourly, this chart actually is somewhat similar to Cardano. All we need is, so Vechain did come down and find some support. So through here, so Vechain did find support here at this level. This is high 10-cent range, 10.9 cents. We found support in that area, which is good. We also, I was pointing out in the previous video, we did have some wicks in this area of 10.9 in that area, but we found support here regardless at that 10.9 area, and we're starting to make a little bit of a climb. We're trying to make the shape of a W here. We're trying to print out this W. I need to change that to white. You can barely see it. Okay, so we're trying to get this W pattern here. And the reason being is when we can create that W there, we can end up measuring this W and showing where Vechain is going to go next. But keep this in mind, guys. All we need, since we did find this support at 10.9 and we have some buying coming in, a little bit of volume coming in, all we need is one nice green candle. And let me show you, that's exactly what Cardano did after Cardano was sitting pretty low. Let me show you Cardano's chart on the 4-hourly and show you what it happened to do. So you have on the 4-hour, let's get rid of this trend line here. So on the 4-hour here, you had that same thing really. You were trying to form a W, you were down here, you found that support, and look at this one giant green candle on the 4-hourly that you had. Look what happens when you get that candle. Look at this point that the 20 EMA, you can see how it's real sharp right here. It pointed straight back up. If the 20 ends up coming over this 55 on the 4-hourly, it is definitely a buy signal. And we are also, when we had that giant green candle, we completed this W shape here. So that's what we want out of Vechain. It can happen. There is a little bit of rotation in this market. Sometimes, you know, it's different coins turns at different points in time, meaning look at Solana, look at Algorand. There was nothing going on with Algorand, nothing special, nothing out of the ordinary, and look where it went. Algo went from $1 all the way to like $2.40. It went on a 140% run, or whatever run it made. It went on a massive run, and it was around 90 cents and in the dollar range for a long time. And I understand Algo has a pretty decent following, and it's got fundamentals, and it's connected to XRP and some of these other companies for payment systems in the future, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, sometimes, you know, like with Cardano here, it finally finds support and just boom, it just raises right up. So that's what we're looking for Vechain to do. with Bitcoin possibly warming up right now. Bitcoin is coming out of a falling wedge pattern that it is broken. So on Bitcoin, you had something like a falling wedge like this in Bitcoin, and right now, and you had this kind of falling between it, and it just broke out of it. Measuring that out, Bitcoin looks like it may make a move up to around 47K, in the middle of 47K, in that area. Again, a lot of this market is based on what Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing also. You got to remember, they lead the market, especially right now. So yes, you can get this giant green candle. If Bitcoin heats up and some of these other coins heat up, we're getting towards mid-September. And, you know, if the market can start heating up, Vechain found its support just like Cardano did. It found its support bottom to make this W. And a big green candle or two medium-sized candles will get you up to complete that W on the 4-hour time frame on Vechain, and you can complete that W. If you complete that W, looking at Cardano here, what you can do is measure. So from basically this neckline of this W, you can measure down to this wick here, and then you can extrapolate that trend line up to where we are now on our price point here. From where we're at now, we're looking for Cardano coming out of this W pattern to make a move towards $3.40, around $3.40. Now, I believe that this could happen rather easily because we have the smart contracts coming out tomorrow. Charles Hoskinson will be in his Ghostbusters outfit tomorrow, and I believe there will be some sort of watch party around 4:45 Central Standard Time. So, I mean, Cardano does have that ability to make that happen. Not only is the chart showing it, but there's news coming out on it. And because Cardano was cold and it was down here and it already cooled off and it already corrected, that leaves it somewhat primed to make that move up. Especially with smart contracts, some of the biggest news in Cardano history, probably the biggest news in Cardano's, I believe, 7-year history. I don't know how long, I don't know the exact day Cardano was founded, but it's been around for years, and smart contracts has got to be the biggest day in Cardano history. So not only are the charts saying it, but we have that tomorrow. So all we need out of Vechain, not too big of a deal, all we need out of Vechain is we found that support floor. We just need a few green candles to get that curvature out of the 20, to get that to come back up. And it can happen because we are so early in that bull run. If we happen to complete this W pattern, there will be a movement to the upside, and that's what can bring us back up towards this 15-cent range. If you lose support on the 4-hourly, if we lost support where we are now, I would say that the chance of us finding support on this line again at 10.9 cents, finding support and coming up again, are rather likely. If we do fall below that 10.9, well, then that's when you need to kind of zoom out. If you do lose support on this 10.9 here, you got these previous swing highs, you would expect something to come down to here, to this level. The low 9 cents, the 9.2 level, and that is a level where you could also accumulate. When you lose support on the 4-hourly time frame, you are falling to previous swing highs. You know, if you fall out of this line here, you could fall here, but if you're losing support here, you're gonna fall to a previous swing high, and it's gonna act as support when before it was resistance. It's gonna fall down to here. So right now, I expect Vechain, because of where we're at in the market, and we had the flash crash, and the market has already been cold and had plenty of corrections. We have coins like XRP going from like $1.35 down to like $1.08 in that area. Those are, regardless of a flash crash or a dip or a crash, whatever you want to call it, they are corrections in the price, and they are finding support levels. And also, when those prices drop like that, you are going to get volume coming in because there's people lined up wanting to buy at those lower prices because we're getting into this bull run. There's always people lined up, especially when we get these prices to drop, who wanted XRP or wanted whatever coin at a price and it kind of took off without them. So obviously when it corrects down, there is volume to come in. That's when it finds support, and that's when it can start making its way back up. We are always moving in these charts in these wave forms. So keep that in mind. But not much else to say on Vechain, just kind of a waiting game. We're going to wait and see, but we're looking for it to print those green candles just like Cardano did. And you saw in that Cardano chart what that 20 EMA, that sharpness that it can produce. And when the 20 comes over the 55 on the 4 hourly, that is a buy signal. At any rate, I've showed you on the daily on Vechain areas where you can accumulate, which I would say would be now. Let's not financial advice, but we are testing support on the 55 area on the daily, and the market as a whole looks pretty good. I do not expect to see a bearish cross by any means on the daily chart, and so this is the bargain price. This could possibly be one of the better bargain prices you're going to see in the rest of this bull run if the bull run fires up. So that's really all I can say right now on Vechain and on the market. So just kind of a waiting game. So that is it for this video, guys. We will see you in the next one. See ya.